Hi, this is Follow Me by Vanishing Arts, the series in which you can learn how to draw architecture or other architectural structures, buildings, objects, whatever, in three-dimensional space. In this video, I'm going to try to explain to you the most confusing thing about perspective: multiple vanishing points. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Why do we even need more vanishing points than 1, 2 or 3 that we've already covered in the previous videos? By the way, if you haven't seen the previous videos, just make sure to check them out because they're going to help you a lot and they're going to kind of guide you into this video. And just, of course, if you have a lot of knowledge of how to draw in perspective and about how perspective works, you do not have to check them out. But I'd really strongly recommend to you newcomers that haven't seen any previous videos of mine to give them a go. So, as we know from the previous videos, 1, 2 or 3 point perspective we can use when we want to represent the object or objects that are parallel to each other and lay on the same surface, parallel, and all of these lines are parallel or perpendicular to each other. Because when we take a look at the object straight on, we don't need more than one vanishing point. If we take a look at the object from the angle, we need 2 vanishing points. And if we add another angle related to its height, we need 3rd vanishing point. But why do we need multiple vanishing points? The multiple vanishing point perspective is true for the situations like this. We stand here and we see 3 objects. Each one of them has got its own perspective. Though they lay on the same surface, the one thing is going to be mutual for them: the level, right? Let's say they stand on the same surface, they start on the same height, and they are of the same height. But it's not that simple, because each object is going to have vanishing points. Like this, and let's say it's more tilted, so make it more visible, like this and like this. So how do we approach this? First of all, we draw the horizon line. Then we have to make some decisions. It's not going to be absolutely perfect. We do not have the tools to draw it like we maintain these angles without a reasonable doubt. Let's say we can see a slight part of this side of this face and the most of this. It's going to be really close, and then these are slightly more far away, right? So this point is the closest. Let's say it's going to be here. Let's give it a height, and since we do not see much of this face, the vanishing point is going to be somewhere there. It's going to be very angled, and the other vanishing point is going to be way over there to the left. Okay. Okay. And that's the first box. That's our cube. Object number 1. Okay. So now when we take a look at this one, we can actually see it straight on. Our point of view is almost 90 degrees on this object, and we can see that these corners, if we would like to, we can see that this line kind of intersects with this point. Okay, we agree? So make this line a bit longer, just mark this point and this point, use the height There we go. Okay. So this object has got its own perspective. This object will have its own perspective. The vanishing point of this object is going to be behind it. It is in 1 point perspective. Okay? We do not need to do anything more with it. But this one starts somewhere where this one ends. We can just give it a thickness. Let's say that's behind it. That's the back wall of this object. We extend this line. Okay. And let's say we meet somewhere that is, this point is not absolutely on this line, on the extension of this line. Let's make it somewhere here. Keep in mind that it's going to be that it's somewhere on the surface. We can get a height from this object by just trying to reach with the horizontal lines the face of this object and try to see where does it reach and get a height from there. Okay, and there's the angle. So we will have one vanishing point quite similar to this one, but maybe less aggressive, somewhere there, and another vanishing point somewhere just far away to the right. Okay, there we go. So this is this edge. Now we have to use this vanishing point. Okay. So we have this face, this one that we see, and the other one way shorter. Okay. That goes into this vanishing point. So, as you can see, it's not deadly hard, though we've done it in reverse, because most of the times you're going to have a situation like you're drawing from life or from the picture, and you do not have to figure the placement of these objects based on just on the flat lay footage or blueprint or whatever, the top view, and place them like that. But it's very good to be aware of the situations like that. One more that I would like to present to you is one more situation that's really important to notice is when you have a street that's curved. Okay, that's your street that you want to draw. So when you take a look at it, there may be buildings like that, let's say angled like that. One building, second building, and third building. And all of them buildings, they do not have a curved face, but their faces are actually straight. But the illusion is that they are curved, because there's so many of them, and they just kind of turn. Maybe the sidewalk is going to be curved because it's way easier to curve it. No one would like to have a wall like that bent outwards, because what would you be able to hang on this wall, right? Like imagine having a kitchen in a corner like that. You'd have a corner like that, and you want to have a kitchen table, and the other one should be bent into the wall. It's ridiculous. So it's always, most of the cases, because I've seen many ridiculous buildings, but most of the cases these lines are going to be just perpendicular to each other. But okay, let's leave it aside, and let's say we watch from this perspective. So we start with the horizon line. We have a vanishing point for the first face, the first wall, first building, whatever we want to call it. Okay. I've intuitively used the third vanishing point. Don't mind me, Dad. You don't have to do it. Okay. And what's next? The other face, okay, the other building is going to have a vanishing point slightly more to the left, because this is the first vanishing point somewhere over there. This is the second vanishing point. This is the third, and this is the fourth vanishing point. So as you can see, actually, I would risk saying that this third one is absolutely, even the second one, is almost not going to be visible to our viewer. But let's say it will be. Okay. However, we cannot replicate the distance because these buildings do not lay on the same vanishing point, okay? So keep that in mind, even though I would do something like that and try to, let's say, using the good old method, replicate the distance and put it on this vanishing, on these converging lines into this vanishing point, it would not be true whatsoever. So, okay, it's leaning a little bit too much. Okay, and another vanishing point. Let's, for the educational purposes, make it here, or maybe even more far away, but you get the idea. And there's another wall. Okay. And of course, keep in mind that all of these walls will eventually straighten up, because the third vanishing point is somewhere over there, okay? And one more thing, once you want to draw the thickness of these walls, once you're going to draw these walls, you need to remember that each wall has got another vanishing point. Like, all of them got 2 vanishing points. We know one of them for each, but this wall has got some vanishing points over there. This wall, meanwhile it's facing more to that direction, is going to have vanishing point closer. This wall's vanishing point, the second vanishing point, is going to be even closer. Okay, so meanwhile these vanishing points go more to the left, the second vanishing point is going to go more to the right. The angle is going to be way more aggressive. Okay, so for this wall, it's going to be even like that, because this vanishing point is way off the screen. This one is going to be here, and for this wall, it's going to be even closer. So it's really common mistake that people, when try to do like draw the windows thickness, the windows depth, the wall thickness, they completely ignore these lines kind of have their own way of behavior, right? It's a different story. It's not really intuitive, because if that would be just the one direction, if that wall was all straight, you would have one vanishing point for all of them. But it seems like the vanishing points work in the opposite way. The closer you get to the right, they get more opened. The closer you get to the left, they get more closed and into the perspective, into the horizon line. So it's really important to keep that in mind when you want to go ahead and draw something out of it. Just always keep in mind that whatever you draw here, like a roof, this point is going to go, this roof is going to go into this vanishing point. This roof is going to go into this one. So these lines will never be perpendicular, will never have the same vanishing point, because these faces face the different directions. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button under this video. You can let me know in the comments what you think, which content would you like to see more, maybe some tutorial you would like me to cover. Just make sure to stay tuned to Follow Me series. We're gonna have way more episodes than this, and we're eventually gonna get into drawing architecture as it is. So make sure to join my giveaway. It's really close to 1,000 subscribers now. Check for the giveaway rules and details in my channel bio. As always, happy drawing, have a good time, and stay tuned for another videos. See you.